What is going on, everybody? It is your boy G20 King Sarcasm. Y'all already know what it is, man. And today we are taking a look at something. We're doing something a little bit different, man. We're taking a look at something that is a little bit scary. Okay, if you're a Leafs fan, you're gonna want to close your eyes right about now. You might want to click off the video actually because I told you, man. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry if I scared you, but I told you it was gonna be something a little bit scary. Now, of course. Personally, I don't think it's happening, okay? But people have talked about what if the Arizona Coyotes offer sheet your boy Auston Matthews, okay? And I don't think it's going to happen because I don't think the team can afford it, frankly. You know, they have some contracts that are up. But, you know, just for the sake of experiment, let's see what would happen if the Arizona Coyotes would offer sheet Auston Matthews. Of course, we're just going to go ahead and assume that Auston Matthews is going to go ahead and sign the offer sheet, and we're also going to assume that the Leafs aren't going to match it, okay? There's a lot of things that we're assuming here on this gameplay, but I just want to see, you know, what the hell would happen if the unthinkable happened, and after stealing the Islanders' boy, the Leafs have their boy stolen away from them. That would be a little bit, I feel like Islanders fans would be a little bit happy about that, and it would make them smile a little bit. But you know what, man? We'll see what's going to happen here. Can Auston Matthews do anything to save the Arizona Coyotes? They're going to go ahead and start the season off not too great. We went with the best lines. I don't think those are the lines that would really, you know, be in effect if Auston Matthews was in there, but whatever. We just went with the best lines, and through the first month of the season, we are 4-5-2. So, you know, right around 500. Not exactly there, but ooh, your boy Auston Matthews over a point per game, scoring 14 points in 11 games. We are not going to go through the entire roster just yet. We're just going to see here. We're going to go ahead and simulate 2 months because I feel like it, bitch. That's what we're going to do. Let's see here. But what do you guys think, man? Let me know in the comment section what y'all think the chances of this happening. I personally don't think it's happening at all because, like I said, there's a lot that has to happen. Matthews, first of all, has to sign the thing, like the offer sheet itself, which if you're Auston Matthews, I mean, sure, you're a fan of, you grew up being a fan of the Coyotes, and that's what Tavares just did, sign with his childhood, you know, childhood fan team. But the thing is, Tavares' favorite team was actually good when he signed, you know, like, there's a different, it's not the same situation here. As Arizona is not, you know, what the Leafs are today. Now, obviously, they do have some good players, you know, in the works, like Clayton Keller. I think Clayton Keller is going to be an absolute murderer in this league. Ekman Larsson is super underrated. He is absolutely one of the top defensemen in the league. And, you know, they do have some good pieces. Ranta can be good when he's on his game. But, you know, it's just not the same as the Leafs roster that they have currently. I mean, look at how they started the season. These guys started the season off absolutely insane. Just scoring goals like it's nobody's business. I think the key to winning against the Toronto Maple Leafs might just be dressing your best penalty differential lineup. Like, it might just be because their power play is that good. Shout out to my boy Josh Levo for getting a power play goal yesterday. But 3 months into the season, man, we have 26 wins, 19 losses, and 5 OT losses. We are right around there, the 500 mark, and okay, you know what? We're in the playoff picture. We are in the playoff picture. Matthews almost a point per game player. Man, I boosted his overall slightly to get him more points because I feel like he's a little bit underrated in this game, at least compared to what he's currently producing. Now, I didn't jack up his stats like an idiot. I know his pace is not going to last. Ooh, is that Toronto's first game? Or is that the first Auston Matthews game back in Toronto? That's actually not even in Toronto. That's in Arizona. I done fucked up. And we probably passed it already. We probably passed it. I'm going to go ahead and check the calendar to see what happens when Auston Matthews returns to Toronto. And look at this. When you stop the simulation, it takes so long to just stop. Do we have another game? Oh, is that the one? They went back? If so, then Toronto handed him an L, and I think that's what it was. All right, so Toronto officially would come out better. You know, without Auston Matthews, Toronto is better confirmed. That's a joke before anyone is retarded and thinks I'm being serious. But so far, you know, Arizona in a playoff spot, 30 wins, you know, well above 500 at this point. They just fucking, all right, they just absolutely dismantled my Oilers. This is so bad. I'm so tired of being an Oilers fan, man. It's so annoying. I just want to be happy, man. I just want happiness. That's all I want. And at the trade deadline, Look at us. Look at us. We're actually doing really well here. We are doing a lot better than I thought we would. Even though we're just a wild card spot, like our record is actually pretty good. And Auston Matthews with 66 points in 65 games. We're going to see here who else is up there on the... ooh, that's neat. It brings us straight to the... And, of course, Ekman Larsson is right behind Auston Matthews for the points lead. And then it falls off a little bit. Pierlini actually outscoring Clayton Keller. That's... okay, that's interesting. We're just going to go ahead with that. But you know what? EA does EA things. And we're just going to simulate to the end of the season. That might be a little bit too far. Yes, it is. Simulate to the end of the season to see what's going to happen here. And, of course, this is only a one-year thing. Like, it would drastically alter the direction of the Arizona Coyotes. They might start getting a little bit more money involved in that franchise if they were to actually land Matthews, but you know, that's coulda, woulda, shoulda stuff, like, honestly. And we're gonna go ahead, finish the season with 42 wins, which let's see, is that going to get us in the playoffs? I think our 7 OT losses might be just enough 1-point games to, just out of the playoffs. Just out of the playoffs. Auston Matthews only scoring 34 goals. Nice. That's his champagne number. 82 points, though. He was a point-per-game player on the Arizona Coyotes. He's just not as open on Arizona, I think, because I even boosted his stats, like I said, and he's just not getting the same production. And Arizona just barely missing the playoffs. Beat out by the Edmonton Oilers. As if Edmonton could do anything, right? Anyways, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to see here. How deep will Toronto go, actually? Because they probably made the playoffs. The season is over. Yeah, we're actually just going to look at the playoff tree and see what would happen to the Toronto Maple Leafs. We're going to see here playoff favorites, the New Jersey Devils. Okay, if you say so. Toronto taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first round. Okay, that might be interesting. That might be interesting. We're going to see here who else stepped up for the Arizona Coyotes this season. It's probably, yep, of course, it's going to be Oliver Ekman Larsson at 71 points. Ridiculous. That is ridiculous for a defenseman. Holy smokes. That guy went off. He was just feeding the puck up to Matthews, huh? That's what he was doing the entire time. We're going to see here what would happen to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Like I said, still a good team, man. They have Tavares. Of course, their defense is still very suspect, and they lose a big chunk of scoring with Auston Matthews being gone. But you know what, man? Sometimes a little bit of magic can happen, and we're going to see if that's the case. I think they might be first-round exits, though. They took on the Tampa Bay Lightning. I don't think that's going to end well for them, especially if they don't have Auston Matthews. And, oh my goodness! They beat the Tampa Bay Lightning in Game 7. I guess they didn't dress Jake Gardiner, and it looks like they're on the way to beating the New York Rangers in the second round. What the hell is happening? EA Sports, bro, I demand explanations, fam. I demand an explanation. We're just going to simulate up to this day. See, can the Toronto Maple Leafs actually make it to the freaking conference finals without oh, the playoff favorites have been dethroned. And no, my God, they had a 3-2 lead, and they lose in Game 7 to the New York Rangers. So Toronto, a second-round team, apparently, according to EA, without Auston Matthews. And, of course, you know, Nashville, LA. I mean, Nashville's no surprise. LA's a bit of a surprise. And Pittsburgh Rangers, I mean, yeah, I guess if the Rangers have a magical season and Lundqvist stands on his head, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that happens either. But the Penguins, you know, still, that still makes sense. We're going to see if they can actually pull off another Stanley Cup victory. The Los Angeles Kings beat out the Penguins in 7. All right, this game is stupid. I'm out. I'm leaving. This is stupid.